Hey guys, it's Dennis the Grass Monkey Lawn Care here. Hey, I want to do a video about my thoughts on bi-weekly accounts. Why they're good, why they're bad, and my thoughts on them. A while back I watched a video from Jonathan from Florida Turf Pros, got me thinking about it, and I've been out working. And, bi-weekly accounts, I have about 30 of them, and then I have a bunch of weeklies. So what's my thought on the bi-weekly accounts? Here's the pros of biweekly accounts. So basically on biweekly accounts, the good things about those are that you can fill in your schedule. So especially starting off your season, if you're not completely full, you can throw the biweeklies, and if you set it up right, you have every other week. You could fill them in to kind of fill in your schedule and kind of make more money that way. They also are very beneficial too, as far as when it comes later in the year, as the things start to slow down, come back maybe I would say like September to October, you still have all those accounts sitting there on the same schedule. It's not going to affect anything. So that's another pro for having those. Another pro is you tend to charge more for biweekly accounts, at least I do. It's typically $10 to $15 more a cut on a biweekly account. And if you get some of the larger ones that people want done every 2 weeks, like let's say like a half acre to a little under that, you can make quite a bit of money just on cutting those. So, I mean, that's some good things about biweekly accounts. Now, biweekly accounts will affect you differently as far as what area of the country you live in. Different grass types, different turfs, different climates, temperatures, precipitation, all those kinds of things will affect you. And it'll affect you differently year to year, because some years this part of the country might get more rain and another country might get drought, and vice versa. It might flip-flop season to season. But, of course, I've told you guys this before, I live in Kansas, and so typically here, things grow very wild and crazy from about, I would say, April to about June-ish, and then the heat kicks up and it slows down from like late June to right around, usually it's about August. It's not growing real fast at all. So, but then like we've had a difference here this year where the temperatures have came down. We've had some rain move in and everything is spread back up, so it's like we're back in spring again, and all the accounts are really thick, really full, and everything's growing like wildfire right now. So some downfalls to the biweekly accounts. So up here we have fescue, there's some Bermuda, there's some zoysia, and then you have yards that are just mixed with, you can get some fescue mixed with just weeds or just a weedy yard. And typically your biweekly accounts are going to be those types of turfs. It's going to be just a weeded out yard. And it's got just different clumps of just crap in it, and it's hard to cut that, and on a bi-weekly basis. During the summer months it's not bad because it's not growing as much, but either way it doesn't cut clean. I've cut this stuff with a walker mower, a Gravely, a Wright, and a Skag. I don't care which mower you put on it, it does not cut it well. You're going to have stragglers all over the place. It gets those little seedling things that come up that wave around, and when you go to cut it, it blows it down so fast and pops right back up before the blade can get, around to cutting it. So there's a lot of double cutting on bi-weekly accounts. I double cut a lot because I don't leave any grass on my properties. So, if there's grass left, especially on a bi-weekly, I cut it again. That's just the way it is. That's why you charge more for those accounts, but they're a pain in the butt because you're a lot of double cutting involved in those. Another downfall is there's a lot more attention to like the weed eating, the edging. That tends to get deteriorated pretty quickly. As far as the edge, not so much. It's the weed eating that can get a little more aggressive, in spots that you have to go and spend more time going through and chewing it up. Or on a weekly account, you just buzz right through it because it's being maintained week to week. That's another downfall to bi-weekly accounts. Another downfall too is it's not as much money as a weekly. Even though you're charging, let's say $10 to $15 more a cut, on a weekly, let's say if I'm, getting $40 a yard, what's 40 times 4? Where if, let's say, on that same yard, I'm charging, let's say, 55, I'm not getting nearly the same amount of money. So for me personally, I prefer weekly accounts. I know next season my goal is to only have about 20 bi-weeklies. I'll put 10 on one week, 10 on the other, and call it good. Just up here, it's a pain in the butt with the, the way this stuff grows up here. Right now, it's just been a nightmare. That's why I haven't put in any videos. Because one, my phone's been ringing off the hook, and I picked up a lot of new business, and I'm working on getting things set up for doing aerations and overseedings too. And two, it's because everything's just starting to grow crazy around here, and spending so much more time on yards and properties, getting them back into shape. It's like I was just shaking my head the other day and today going, man, it feels like it's spring all over again, like getting all this stuff back in order again, like it's just growing that fast. So, there's good things and bad things about biweekly accounts, like I said. But I prefer weekly. That's just me. You guys give me your thoughts on what you think about having a weekly versus biweekly, which you would prefer. I know some people would like to have like a 50-50 mix, 70-30, 80-20. I'm moving more towards like an 80-20 mix in my business moving forward into, the following seasons. The only way I'll take on more biweekly accounts is if for some reason, like let's say in like 2 more years, I have another truck and trailer up and running, and I have, let's say like, 2 or 3 guys working with me, then it's not as bad, but I'm still going to regulate as far as how many I'm taking on. For me, it's just, I don't enjoy the biweeklies nearly as much as I do the weeklies. It's just, sometimes you pull up these properties and it's, it's this tall and you're pulling your hair out going, man, how'd it grow like that so quick? And some of these people too are just cheap. You get out there and they're still throwing the fert down all over the yard and, I want to cut every 2 weeks, but I want it to look good. Well, how can you make it look good? I mean, especially up here, you can't cut it at 3 inches and then let it go for 2 weeks. Because when you come back, 3 inches here, so all of a sudden 2 weeks, it's like this. It's no way, especially on yards that they're doing that to. Like Bermuda and stuff like that, not a big deal. I would take a biweekly Bermuda yards all day long because, you cut them down to 2.5, and they're not going to get much more than 3.25, 3.5, maybe, 4 tops. But that would be on a rare occasion. But up here with the different grass types we have in the Midwest, it's not fun at all. So that's my thoughts on biweekly accounts, guys. You give me your thoughts. What's your ratio in your business on how you do your mixture as far as weekly versus biweekly? Are you preferring to do more weeklies over those, or do you like the biweekly accounts? I'd love to get some input from you all and see what your all thoughts are on that. Jonathan did a really good video on it. Like I said, it got me thinking about it. So I thought I'd throw something out there about as far as what my thinking is in my business and how I like to run it, and kind of my thoughts on the biweekly account. So as always, guys, thanks for watching the videos. We've had some new subscribers come on. I greatly appreciate that very much, guys. We're getting closer and closer to that goal of 750 for the year. If you guys like the video, hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, guys, feel free to subscribe, guys. Appreciate it.